European title of 2016. Steve West back on the Euro Tour. I'm Rob Malarkey, and alongside me for this opener, Dan Dawson.
Game on.
Well, a packed house, some of the top players in the world. Day 2 of the Euro Tour. We've got things underway with the traditional enforced homoeroticism of kiss cam. And now it's on with the darts, and Steve West, the first seeded player in action.
83.
Number 16 seed, so the lowest ranked seed in the field, and you get the dubious honour of potentially facing Michael van Gerwen in the next round. Michael van Gerwen, number 1 seed. He will take on Christian Kallinger, one of 4 Austrians in action today as Steve West misses out the first 180. Not had a great time of it lately, Steve West. He's been playing the best darts of his life over the last few months, but just this last sort of
53.
month or so, since he made a semi-final on the Pro Tour, and that was, well, actually that was back at the end of April, it's not really gone well for him. 4 first round exits in the last 4 Pro Tour events. But a chance this weekend to turn things around. As I say, Steve West has been playing the darts of his life for the last year or so we know what he's capable of. Well, there's the 7, Steve.
68.
This is the bullseye by quite a distance, leaves himself 89. Oh, he wouldn't, would he?
He could, you know. No. Grimace on the face of Van der Meer as that one passes him by.
80.
West looking at 89 now for a break of throat. Lovely stuff. Double 16. Double 8 for the break.
73. Vincent, you require
Chance goes
90.
begging for Steve West. Straight out. Double 15.
60.
Not far away. Far enough for Steve West. He'll have another crack at that double 8. 1-0 to West with a break of throw. Seeded player into the lead. Vincent van der Meer making his debut on the Euro Tour yesterday.
Game on.
Good debut it was as well. Kicked things off in the afternoon session, seeing off Adrian Gray. His average was actually about 6 points lower than Adrian's, but
96.
Still came away with a 6-3 victory. You would think if he averages 86 here, it won't be enough
100.
against simply the West.
Yeah, you mentioned Steve West and his form this year as he looks to revive his form for 2017. Finds the 180. But threatening the response here. But yeah, towards the end of last year, September, when he made his first PDC final, and then he had that, well, he called it the biggest moment in my whole darting life. It was the win over Phil Taylor in his first ever match at the World Grand Prix as well. But yeah, since the highs of the autumn of last year, late summer, autumn of last year, not so much to write home about so far in 2017.
He still had a couple of semi-finals and a quarter-final, and that is, in itself, is better than what Steve had been doing in his previous years as a PDC Pro. Picked up his tour card in 2012, and he's been there. He's won a game here and there, but he's never really troubled the back end of tournaments until this last sort of year, when he's done it on a semi-regular basis. As you say, he wasn't very far off in that final that he made.
Against Van Gerwen, yeah.
46.
Well, he had chances, certainly. Led him 5-4. And even in the decider, he had 110 for a checkout, but fluffed his lines, and Van Gerwen swooped to conquer.
47.
And he did make the quarters of one of these Euro Tour events at the end of last year as well in Hildesheim. Let's just see if Van der Meer can threaten this. Treble 18. Not found.
84.
Leave him top so. Steve West may only get the 1 dart at a double. It is only going to be 1 dart at double top. Pulls it low, and Vincent van der Meer to break straight back.
He's short in the second leg.
Yeah.
Third leg, Vincent to throw first. Game on.
Rueful look from Steve West as he fails to consolidate after that early break.
92.
Talking off West in Hildesheim, I still remember that 6-0 demolition of his brother Tony.
Oh, it
where
was
he averaged
special, wasn't it?
110 almost, and his first 9 average was over 133 as well. But he beat Stephen Bunting and Kim Huybrechts that weekend before losing to the eventual champion Alan Norris. Remember that lively car journey back to the hotel with Western Norris.
100.
Jiving at one another.
I think he's just enjoying the game, Steve West.
137.
No, and why not? You know, playing the best darts of your life. You got new management, you got new darts the back end of last year, and everything just
100.
seems to have improved. If you're winning games, you are going to enjoy it. Picking up a lot of money.
60.
Yeah, he's in a position this year, Steve West, on the Euro Tour, where he's had to qualify for some of these Euro Tour events, where he's had to try and go through qualifying.
93.
And he's been seeded for a few as well. He's was seeded for the German Masters and the German Open, and for this one as well.
Double top for Van der Meer.
And
there it is, 112 checkout for Vincent Van der Meer. He went 1-0 down, but has fought back strongly here.
Yeah, not looking overawed at all. He beat the former World Grand Prix
81.
quarter-finalist Adrian Gray yesterday.
We talk about Steve West and, you know, how he's a seed for some of these and he's had to qualify for others.
60.
Vincent Van der Meer, this is the first Euro Tour he's ever qualified for at his 12th time of asking. And he's not pulled up any trees at
60.
all in his darting career. So to turn up, win his first game against Adrian Gray, he's got a vast amount of experience. And he's
81.
beaten Phil Taylor in big games as Adrian Gray. But to come and do this against
81.
Steve West, one of the seeded players, and potentially set up a third round tie with Michael van Gerwen. I mean, already this was the biggest weekend of Vincent van der Meer's career just by getting here yesterday, let alone then winning and now leading a seeded player and potentially setting up a clash with the best player in the world.
And we talked about the prize money comparisons as well. A huge
77.
elevation, isn't it, for him? I mean, guaranteed two happens here today.
Oh my word.
He's in the money again here.
100.
Almost on top of one another, those treble 20s. It's the 60th 180 of the weekend so far.
125 is in Uruguay, 84.
Now down for the 17s. Oh, next door with both his darts in this visit, and that means that Steve West has a chance to hold his throw and level up at 2 apiece.
26.
Treble 19 for double 10, is that the route? 18 for tops now. One dart at it, missed it last time. Misses it low again. Steve West, spot of bother here. Vincent Van der Meer, the little Dutchman.
18.
Chance for a break, another break. But Steve West cannot afford to miss this one, and he nails it at the first time of asking. And we'll level once again at 2 apiece. And Vincent Van der Meer knows that perhaps that was a chance to go 3-1 up. Can't really afford to let him get bogged down by those missed opportunities.
96.
Just needs to focus on the here and now. In your own time, Steve.
$140.
Well, at the end of the first leg, you thought that maybe Vincent Van der Meer was going to struggle because Steve West started pretty brightly, but
60.
Van der Meer has come back at him, and his average is just pushing up to the 90 mark. It's a little bit better than what we saw yesterday from him. That 95 leaves him a finish. West can't get to one. Shaking his head. Body language doesn't look good for Simply the West.
No, not at all.
And he won't need reminding, Steve West, that lose this game, and although he does get $2,000, not ranking money.
It will not count for his ranking points.
And that makes it, you know, for a man who's clinging on to that last seeded position. That's not good news. That's not good news for him either. 13 darter for Vincent Van der Meer.
Game on.
Well, he's currently 22 on the Pro Tour Order of Merit in the latest rankings.
55.
39 on the Order of Merit itself, the World Rankings, the 2-year rolling order of merit. Van der Meer in again here.
Second maximum for Van der Meer, average pushing up to the mid-90s now, and I said that he'd probably have to do a little bit better than his 86 yesterday. 86 might still be enough to be in the lead in this game, but as it is, it's more than enough.
Yeah, lowest winning average yesterday was 83.03 by Rene Idams.
Standout performers had to be Vincent van der Voort and Jamie Bain.
Yeah, and Rusty Jet.
Just talking purely in terms
of averages, yeah. Van der Voort with the only ton plus average yesterday. Bain was close, 99.9 something.
Good counting from Steve West there, using the bullseye, or the 25 I should say, to get down to 167. To give himself a chance at this, which he's not going to take, but
99.
Not a bad effort to set it up. Now for 4-2.
Perfect. 11s. Okay. Will he go for it? Bullseye.
96. He requires 68.
Had to go for it. West on 68. Bullseye for West.
43.
Well, he should have had a dart at a double there, Steve West. He only got a dart at the bullseye, and he's got himself to blame for it. And I'm sure he will be blaming himself if this goes in. And he does go in, and it is 4-2.
Vincent van der Voort. 7 for leg, Vincent to throw first. Game on.
2 breaks to 1. Van der Meer 4-2.
Steve West, an absolute study of frustration there. Staring up at the screen, wondering how it has come to this. Well, that's how it's come to it. 2 15 darters, a 13 darter and a 16 darter for Vincent van der Meer.
Even the towel's on the floor. Don't think he's thrown in the towel just yet, but he'll have to work hard to get out of this one.
45.
For a guy who hasn't had a lot of experience in big stage darts, Vincent van der Meer is not overawed by this at all. I mean, I know he's been first on both days, so it's perhaps not been quite as lively as it has been at other times in the multiversion here this weekend.
And also, he's not had long to worry about things either. He turn up and then he's straight on.
He's looked focused.
44.
Alert. Vincent van der Meer cat.
133.
Neither of these guys can keep hold of their darts. Every time they retrieve them from the board, they end up on the floor.
Well, it's warm out there. You can see West is perspiring heavily.
140.
Perspiring a bit more there had Van der Meer found another maximum, but he's down to a finish of 132 nevertheless, and West once again struggling for big numbers here.
50.
Yeah.
You record 132.
Well, it doesn't need to go the bullseye route. I see a lot of players do it anyway, but he doesn't need to. Yeah, I mean, that's a sensible decision. In the end, it may not pay off. That's good dart.
100.
Lovely stuff.
Just chipping away.
Oh, for 5-2. I'm not sure what the odds makers have this as at the start of the game. But
12 to 5, Van der Meer, and West was the 10 to 3 on outsider. But nothing like those prices now, because Steve West is on the brink of a very premature exit here. Van der Meer 1 leg away from a meeting with either Michael van Gerwen or Christian Callinger tomorrow in round 3 on his European Tour debut. What a story in the making this is.
It really is, isn't it?
$53.
I mean, the biggest payday. Oh, well, there you go. There's a 180 from Steve West. It's his second of this match, but
that's on his
throat. I get the feeling it might be a little bit too little too late.
Yep.
41.
When you look at the biggest results that Vincent van der Meer has had in his career, you know, to, let's say, the Belgium Open of 2010, where he made the quarter-finals. He ended up being beaten by Scott Mitchell. But, I mean, he beat Martin Atkins in that tournament. But, I mean, you know, picked up a couple of €100
62.
for that.
They require 170.
We're not talking a guy who has a huge pedigree in BDO or WDF darts, but he's come here and played some solid stuff so far this weekend.
It is. You just wonder where it's all come from, really. And Vincent van der Meer is standing up once again here.
125.
Shame about that final darts. Oh dear.
72.
That's just a bit careless from Steve West there. Perfect first dart, didn't give the second one enough attention, and it means that Vincent van der Meer can pile in a big score and put some pressure on this, because Steve West is fewer than 1 in 3 of his darts at double. So there's a very real chance here that this doesn't go and van der Meer gets match darts.
Then again, Steve West.
Then again, Steve West just keeps himself alive here, but Vincent van der Meer throwing first. Would just love a 140 or a 180 here, but it's a treble 5 to start things off, and well, Steve West might have plenty to be encouraged about now. Just what the doctor ordered. 37 for van der Meer to start things off. Can West capitalise? So far, not really.
60.
Well, this is where Steve West should be telling himself, I do have an advantage in. I know I've got to win the last 3 legs, but I've got the advantage of experience.
60.
I've been in this position before. I'm the seeded player, I'm the higher ranked player, I'm the better player. I should be able to turn it on and put him under pressure, make him question himself.
78.
See if you can make Vincent van der Meer start thinking about that finishing line, a potential meeting with Michael van Gerwen, making the final day of a European tour on your debut. It's taken him 12 times to qualify for one of these events. This is a big, big deal for Vincent van der Meer. Steve West has to make him start thinking about it, and the only way you do that is by putting pressure on him, piling in some big scores.
Well, second round defeat last year for Steve West at the hands of Phil Taylor. Could be on course for a second round defeat at the hands of a less illustrious player, but Vincent van der Meer.
Last start, Steve West, that one.
Certainly was, but Vincent van der Meer still catching the eye here, but with work to do on his throw all of a sudden.
100.
Important last start for van der Meer, because both of the guys hitting treble 20s that they needed to hit to leave finishes. West won't take out the 140, but he is going to leave himself tops.
100.
Van der Meer, what a way to win it.
This would be absolutely spectacular, but it ain't going to happen. West will return, looking at tops once again. Took it out with the first dart
90.
in the previous leg.
So you require 40.
Different source of pressure here on the shoulders of Steve West, and he takes it out at the first time of asking once again. Pretty lethal at the moment on double top is Steve West, and 5-2 becomes 5-4, and all of a sudden Vincent van der Meer might just start feeling a little bit jittery here.
Well, Steve West taking out tops. First dart when he's come to the board for the last couple of legs. He knows a hold of throw here means it's 3 legs on the spin, and maybe Vincent van der Meer is wavering a little.
Well, he certainly is.
83.
Again, vital last start. Needed something there just to give him an injection of something.
59.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah, it would have been a big disappointment if he'd not found another one there, the way that first one landed. But he did find a second treble 20. And van der Meer has, well, stolen the darts here now, because West has hit 2 treble 5s.
87.
Recovers to an extent. This will hurt.
97.
Vincent van der Meer poised just outside the danger zone to leave a finish. Treble 20 leaves 170 for Steve West. He doesn't get it. You can see how frustrated he is. The first one was in the treble. He should have left a finish from that position. But Vincent van der Meer is going to get down to something he can see off next visit. And it's only 81. To book his place in the final day of the Austrian Darts Open on his debut in the Euro Tour. It's something it's taken Vincent van der Meer months and months
30.
and months to actually try and make one of these.
19s. Doesn't take it. Doesn't take the treble 10 either, that would have left double 16.
41.
But he does leave double top. Steve West is going to have to survive match darts if he is going to come through and win
100
this.
is in your require 40.
But he cannot do any more.
Oh. 15s. Yes, and you can hear the reaction from Vincent van der Meer. The story continues for the Dutchman making his European Tour debut. just given 1 or 2 questions to answer late on there by Steve West, but the number 16 seed suffers another early exit here in Austria, and it's another story to start things off on day 2 here at the Multiversum. What a story it's turning out to be, and what a weekend it's proving to be for Vincent van der Meer, conqueror yesterday of Adrian Bray. He's seen off Steve West, and tomorrow he'll face either Christian Kallinger or Michael van Gerwen. What an occasion it will be for him. We'll find out in due course later this evening who his opponent will be, but for now he can go back to the hotel and reflect on another